The best way to not feel hopeless is to get up and do something. Don't wait for good things to happen to you. If you go out and make some good things happen, you will fill the world with hope, you will fill yourself with hope.
A change is brought about because ordinary people do extraordinary things.
Change will not come if we wait for some other person, or if we wait for some other time. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the change that we seek.
If you're walking down the right path and you're willing to keep walking, eventually you'll make progress. It's important to make sure that we're talking with each other in a way that heals, not in a way that wounds. Making your mark on the world is hard. If it were easy, everybody would do it. But it's not. It takes patience, it takes commitment, and it comes with plenty of failure along the way. The real test is not whether you avoid this failure, because you won't. It's whether you let it harden or shame you into inaction, or whether you learn from it, whether you choose to persevere. I have always believed that hope is that stubborn thing inside us that insists, despite all the evidence to the contrary, that something better awaits us so long as we have the courage to keep reaching, to keep working, to keep fighting. You can't let your failures define you. You have to let your failures teach you.
My identity might begin with the fact of my race, but it couldn't end there. At least that's what I would choose to believe. Where you are right now doesn't have to determine where you'll end up.
What I've realized is that life doesn't count for much, unless you're willing to do your small part to leave our children, all of our children, a better world. Any fool can have a child. That doesn't make you a father. It's the courage to raise a child that makes you a father. All too rarely do I hear people asking just what it is that we've done to make so many children's hearts so hard, or what collectively we might do to right their moral compass, what values we must live by. We may not be able to stop evil in the world, but how we treat one another is entirely up to us. Hope in the face of difficulty. Hope in the face of uncertainty. The audacity of hope. In the end, that is God's greatest gift to us, a belief in things not seen. A belief that there are better days ahead.
It's only when you hitch your wagon to something larger than yourself that you realize your true potential.
Each of us deserves the freedom to pursue our own version of happiness. No one deserves to be bullied. But you don't choose the time. The time chooses you. Either you seize what may turn out to be the only chance you have, or you decide you're willing to live with the knowledge that the chance has passed you by. I experienced failure and learned to buck up, so I could rally those who'd put their trust in me. I suffered rejections and insults often enough to stop fearing them. In other words, I grew up, and got my sense of humor back.